Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. So for the past month I have been trying out Proactiv, and today's video is going to be my thoughts and a little review on the products that I have used. You may have seen me upload this photo to my Instagram talking about Proactiv's True Selfie campaign. Now this is something that I am very passionate about. I spoke about it a lot on my Snapchat. It just makes me really sad that there are some young girls and grown women too that feel like they don't live up to the beauty standards that we've kind of created from social media, and I feel really saddened by that. So this campaign is really something I believe in. It's all about just being confident in your own skin, makeup free just as you are, the natural you, feeling confident and feeling beautiful. And I think that is so important, that you feel beautiful inside and out. If you want to get on board this campaign, you can upload your true selfie just like I did, and you'll automatically go into the draw to win a year's supply of Proactiv. Now I will leave all the necessary information for that in the description below, but right now let's just get into the video. So to give you a better idea of the routine that I've been using for the past month, I have been using my same cleanser and exfoliator. I have just implemented the Proactiv as like the after step after you have washed your face. The products that I have been trying out is the Proactiv Oil-Free Moisturizer, the Skin Purifying Mask, and this is a face mask, the Pore Targeting Solution, and the Clear Blemish Relief. First up, I think I want to talk to you about the Skin Purifying Mask. Now I've used this 4 times. I used it once a week. Actually, I think I used it twice in 1 week at one point. Either way, I've used it about 4 or 5 times the past month, and I have really enjoyed the results of this. I've used it the night before a few important events, and I really did notice some awesome results. I would have like a few breakouts or something like that, or just problem areas, and I would only put it on that area of my skin, and I really did notice a difference the next morning. The blemishes and the redness had really gone down. I found that this really did help with problem areas, but I will say that it was very drying. So how I kind of balanced that out was I just went a little bit heavier on my moisturizer and all that sort of thing. Like, I'm not a dermatologist by any means, but I just kind of throughout this whole process had to find a balance. So if something was too drying, I would then amp up my moisture in other ways so that it would all balance out. So that's something you can do as well, whether that's with like your makeup routine or with your skincare. So for me, going into the moisturizer that I've been using, I would just apply a little more than usual. I usually don't go too heavy on moisturizer, but with the whole drying effect, I found that I really did need to use more of this. So my thoughts on the moisturizer. So I would put this on my face after I had washed it in the morning. So this was very much part of my morning routine. And I did find that it didn't feel heavy on my skin. It was very light. It wasn't greasy at all. It didn't have a tacky finish to it, which I really don't enjoy in a moisturizer. So it was very good in that sense. I just feel like it wasn't rich enough, if that makes sense, especially because the other products are quite drying. I feel like my skin personally needed a little bit more richness, like a little more moisture. It is winter here in Australia and my skin does get dry anyway in winter, so that's something to keep in mind. Having said that though, it is a great moisturizer. Like I said before, it doesn't feel gross on the skin. It's very light and it absorbs into the skin really well. I just personally wish that it was a little bit more rich, if that makes sense. Moving on to the Pore Targeting Solution. I loved this product. I used this each evening after I had washed my face. So this was something that I would put on before I went to bed. And again, I would only use this in certain problem areas just because I did find it very drying. But also it is a blemish control type product. So I did only use this on the problem areas of my skin. Again, I did find it quite drying, but like I said, I kind of just had to balance that out to try and add more moisture into my skin, and then I found a happy medium and my skin responded really well to the product. Finally, I want to talk about the Clear Blemish Relief. Now this is something that you would just pop on to a pimple, like a really tiny amount. You just pop it on the blemish and leave it at that. It's not something that you use over your whole face. That's why it is so small. You only need the tiniest amount because again, like the other products, it is quite drying. I did actually find really good results from this. I found that it reduced redness a lot. A lot of the inflammation around a blemish would be seriously reduced. And I found that it would get rid of my pimples a lot quicker than what they normally would, like what I'm used to dealing with, I guess. So now that I've introduced you to some of the products, my personal favorite would probably have been the pore targeting solution. This is something that I definitely would continue to use. I did really enjoy it and I haven't found a product quite like it before. It is something that I think really improved my skin. I don't normally have problematic skin. It's usually just the hormonal areas of my face, which is the same in most girls. But I'm kind of used to that and I've kind of thought, oh, like I'm always just gonna have that as my problem area. It's just always gonna be that way. But when I started using this, I noticed that my problem areas started to become not so much of a problem, and I was really happy about that. Again, like I said with the moisturizer, I would have liked it to just be a little bit more rich. And while I did enjoy these two, they were very drying, and this time of year I just think maybe my skin didn't respond as well to it, but I will look back into them when my skin's a little bit more moisturized and oily and the weather's not so dry. So that is all my thoughts on the Proactiv products that I have been trying out this month. Of course, I will leave Proactiv's website and all their social media handles in the description below, as well as my own if you have any questions. And of course, you can ask me anything in the comments. So that is it from me. I hope you guys have an awesome day and I will see you in my next video, if not sooner. Bye!